Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Tomorrow, we're officially 4 weeks out from my first ever bodybuilding show. Now, as you've seen in the last clip, I weighed in 81.5 this morning, and yeah, we're tracking quite well. Last week I had a refeed, I was up 1.4 kgs the morning after, but no need to stress, just execute the plan. I know how the game works and how my body works now, so I got right back on the low day plan, and on Saturday morning, this morning, we weighed in 81.5, so we're down weight, which is awesome. And yeah, I'm going to run another refeed tomorrow. Once a week refeeds are going to be the go-to now. We're going to dig for 6 days, and then at the end of the week on Sunday, going into the new week, we're going to fill up, and then we're going to dig for another 6 days, and then we're going to see how that goes. And it's been working quite well. It was cranking my metabolism after the first refeed last Sunday, so that's going brilliant. I'm going to place some clips up here or wherever on the screen of my physique last night. We're looking very, very good. Everything's leaning out quite well. I'm happy with how everything's coming in. And yeah, upper back and back in general is really shredded. Front still coming in, and midsection and love handles are slowly but surely coming in. And these last 3-4 weeks are going to bring in the final touches. It's a bit of a prep update. I'm really excited to push on. It's been a bit tough this past week working full time now. And then the past couple of days, it's really tested me, but this is the beauty of it. When it gets hard and when it gets tough, it means I'm getting closer. And yeah, it's going to be time to shine in 4 weeks' time, so I'm very excited for that. And that's enough about my prep update. Let's get into the main thing of this video, which is my breakdown of my men's physique tailored training split. Let's get into it. Basically, I used to run a 8-day rotation, so 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off, repeat, and that was push, pull, legs, rest, then the Arnold split. So if you're not familiar with the Arnold split, it was chest and back, shoulders and arms, legs. And then I was running that for most of last year, and then I actually broke my ankle playing basketball in end of August. Switched down to a 4-day-a-week split, so I was doing push, pull, rest, doing chest and arms and back and shoulders, and then I switched from the Arnold split from chest and back and shoulders and arms to chest and arms and back and shoulders, as I wanted a bit of a switch up, and I really enjoyed that. And then when my leg and ankle was fully recovered, I switched to 5 days a week instead of 4, and did push, pull, legs, rest, and then I did chest and arms and back and shoulders, rest, repeat. Recently, in the last couple of weeks, I have switched down or went down to a 4-day-a-week split, just because I feel like I get more out of my workouts, and I'm a big advocate for intensity over volume, so I felt that was the best decision that I'll adhere to and enjoy. Before I get into my actual split, I want to kind of get across that whatever split you're doing, you should tailor it to your weaknesses and strengths and what you want to bring up, but most importantly, what you enjoy and what you can adhere to and what is sustainable. Otherwise, you won't do it. So it's all about your preferences, what you want. Nobody else is working out for you, so therefore it should be tailored to you, your goals, what your strengths and weaknesses are, what you want to bring up, all that good stuff. I went down to 4 days a week, so I was doing push, pull, rest, and then I was doing lower, and then as you've seen in the last video, I have been doing a upper/V taper kind of workout, and I just feel I'm getting better workouts, I'm getting more rest, more recovery, especially in prep. I need to prioritize rest and recovery, but still getting the right amount of volume and intensity in my workouts, which I feel like I'm getting a lot, which is awesome. And I really like having 2 days working out at the start of the week, having a rest day in the middle of the week, working out another 2 days, and then having the weekend off to enjoy life. Especially after prep, I'll be enjoying life, more food, stuff like that. But at the moment, it's good having 2 days off in a row, and then Monday I'm ready to hit it, raring to go for the upcoming week. Let's get into it. Basically, push. I start with push for the week. Like International Push Day, International Chest Day is what most people do, most guys do on a Monday, and I'm going with that. I've always done that pretty much on a Monday, just start the week off with chest, shoulders, triceps, things like that. And yeah, so basically I start off with a machine chest press. I have had a shoulder injury for the last 5-6 months, so I switched over from that to machine chest press. My incline dumbbell press was my go-to for ages, and I really enjoyed that, but for stability and lower risk of injury, switched to a machine chest press. And I also joined a new gym during November last year, so that's why I switched to a machine chest press, machine pin loaded chest press, because the gym had it on offer and my last gym I went to didn't. I really like this machine. I really feel I can get a better contraction than dumbbells and barbell, and my chest is my weakest body part, so I really want to focus on getting that good stretch, contraction, and I feel like I can get a lot of tension on the chest with that machine. So yeah, I do that close grip as I feel like I can connect better with my chest and get my elbows across my body more, which is going to allow a better contraction. So I do that, and I do one set of about 8 to 12 a top set, and then two back off sets of about 10 to 15. I might get lower, I might get higher than that rep range. It doesn't really matter too much. Just aim for a rep range, and if you go under, it's okay. If you go over, it's okay as well. Just be kind of intuitive with it and just see how you go, and work as hard as possible you can during that set. I don't think it matters too much having these strict rules. Oh, you have to have this amount of reps. As long as you're progressing each week, whether that's less rest, more tension, better reps, better form, more load, heaps of different things to progressively overload each week, which is awesome. Next, I move on to a plate loaded shoulder press. So I'm focusing more on the top line with the front delts and a bit of upper chest. Not many sets in this, just 2 sets, because front delts do get a lot of work in those presses already. So I'm doing that, and I'm doing another top set of 8 to 12, and then a back off set of 10 to 15. And then moving on, next is to a rope cable tricep extension. So I really like this movement, getting a very good stretch, going behind your head, and then getting an awesome contraction as well. And for that, I do a top set of around 8 to 12, and then 2 back off sets of 10 to 15 as well. Next up, I move on to dumbbell lateral raises, chest supported on the bench. I really like the movement. We remove momentum, and you can really focus on getting that tension on the shoulders rather than trying to swing with your body. 3 sets of about 10-15 reps, so aiming for anywhere, but to be honest, with lateral raises, I just try and go as hard as possible with good form and bang them out, because they are such a small muscle group. They can take a lot of volume and intensity. So for 3 sets, I just try and hit them really hard. And then last set is a drop set, with all sets going to failure. Next up, we have another variation of lateral raises. So I'm doing 2 side delt exercises in this workout, which is going to help a lot with developing that V-taper and having cap delts, the cap shoulders. So basically, I'll do a variation where I have the attachment at about hip height, and then I'll basically turn away from the cable machine, and then I will basically do a raise where I'll get my humerus right across my body, good stretch, and then go all the way out like that. And I get a really good contraction on stretch on my delts doing that. So for this push workout, I do 2 sets, and then I'm doing basically till failure as well, anywhere from about 10 minimum reps to anywhere from 15 to 20. So really just trying to hammer that and get that done. Can't really do too much weight on that, which is alright. After that, I'll move on to straight bar push downs. I do straight bar because I feel like I get a better contraction compared to the rope. I feel like straight bar is a personal preference for me, and I feel like I can get that tricep fully extended and get a really good contraction. With the rope, I just feel like I couldn't. So I switched over that, and that's been a very good exercise. One of my favorite tricep exercises to do. Just going all the way up, because people like half repping all the way up. You want to go all the way up and then all the way down and get a really good contraction. And then I'm doing 1 set of about 8 to 12, and then 2 back off sets of 10 to 15 with a drop set failure. And at the end of that, I'll do some abs, so just some cable rope crunches, 3 sets of around 10 to 15, nothing too crazy. That's what I do for core as my push workout. Next up, we move on to pull workout, so focusing on back, rear delts, biceps. First off, I'll start off with the seated row, and I'll do about 3 sets of 10 to 15. I'll use the one that goes like around like that and then up, kind of like, I don't know, like a bullhorn kind of attachment. I like that one because it's perfectly aligned with the lats, and you can pull right in there, and it's perfectly aligned with your back and lats, which is why I like it so much. Next up, I'll move on to a cable single arm lat pull down. So just bringing that elbow right down to my hip, and it's going to be very good for working on any imbalances, or if you just need to struggle to connect with your back. My back training isn't the best, so I really like to do single arm exercises. So that's 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps as well. And then next after that, I'll move on to a single arm cable row. I really like this one, get a really good stretch and contraction on it. So a really good stretch, and then pulling the elbow to the hip and just dragging your forearm like it's on the ground. And I do 2 sets of 10 to 15 for that. And then next up, I move into an incline dumbbell curl, one of my favorite bicep exercises, and I'll do 1 set of around 8 to 10, and then 2 sets of 10 to 15 reps. And then next up, I'll move on to a cable bicep curl. Those two are my favorite bicep exercises to do. They work well for me and I enjoy them, so that's why I'm doing them, and you should do that in your workouts too. What you enjoy and exercise is best for that muscle group. So I do that. I'm doing one set of 8 to 10 and then 2 sets of 10 to 15 as well. So very similar rep ranges for most exercises. Yeah, and then after that I'll move on to some rear delts on the pec deck, so reverse pec deck, and I'll do 3 sets of about 10 to 15, nothing too crazy. Then after that I'll do calves. I'll do 1 set of about 8 to 10 reps, so pretty heavy, and then I'll back it off and do 2 sets of 10 to 15 reps. The reason I do my top set first is because that's when I have the most energy, and then as fatigue increases I'll drop off the load and do higher reps. So that's why I like doing that. Since I made the switch to that, has been amazing compared to what it was before. Moving on, I have rest day, and then I'll move on to legs. So this is my 1 leg workout a week, and it's pretty low volume, quite high intensity. So I start off with RDLs. I'll do 1 set of 8 to 10, and then a back off set of 10 to 15. Then after that, I'll move on to leg press. I personally like leg press more than squats just because I'm quite tall and I feel like I can get more tension on the quads doing leg press compared to a squat, even though on the leg press it is quite a bigger range of motion with my longer legs. I just like leg press more than squats, and that's kind of my availability for exercises. I probably would do a hack squat if I had it, but my gym unfortunately does not have one. So I do leg press, same rep range, 1 set of 8 to 10 reps, and then a back off set of 10 to 15, lowering the weight but upping the reps. After that, I'll move into adductors. I used to do adductors at the start of the workout, but now I have to do my 2 compound exercises and then move into adductors. I do 3 sets of anywhere from 10 to 20 reps, just really try and get a good pause when I'm on the eccentric, and then on the concentric, get a very good contraction as well. After that, I'll move into lying hamstring curl. I used to do seated hamstring curl, really love that exercise, but the machine at my gym isn't too good compared to the last gym. So I'm doing lying leg curl, get a really good contraction, and then get a really good stretch on the way down as well. It's basically the bicep of the leg, so it's kind of the same thing as a curl. If you think about your bicep curls, where you're just trying to get a really good stretch and then contract and bring your forearm up to your inner elbow. Basically the same with your hamstring. You're trying to bring your Achilles up to your hammy. It's basically the bicep of the leg, and I really like lying hamstring curl. Good stretch, good contraction, and that's 1 set of 8 to 10, and then a back off set of 10 to 15 reps. Next up, I'll move on to leg extensions. Same rep range, 1 set of 8 to 10 reps and 1 set of 10 to 15 reps. And then I'll try and get a really good contraction, not go too heavy, just enough so I can challenge myself, but also fully contract the leg, because I feel a lot of people don't fully contract their leg and get all the way up there, which is a very good part of the leg extension that they're missing out on. And then obviously getting a very good stretch and trying to get a lot of knee flexion. Next up, I'll move on to calves. Same as a pull workout, 1 set of 8 to 10 and then 2 sets of 10 to 15 as a back off set. And that is my leg workout. So pretty low volume, but high intensity, how I like it. And legs aren't too a big focus for me for men's physique, obviously, as it is a upper body focused division. But I do like hitting calves twice a week, because who doesn't want big calves? Next up, I move on to my V-taper upper workout. So this is where I'm really trying to bring up those men's physique body parts that need to for the division and their criteria and their standard, which is obviously your chest, your delts, and your back. For this, I am doing the same exercises basically, or most of them, that I did in my other workouts. So I start off with my machine chest press, and then I'll move on to seated row, then I'll move on to my plate loaded shoulder press, and then after that I'll do a close grip lat pull down. So I'm really focused on getting a good stretch and then bringing the elbows down in front of me and not behind me to get a really good contraction. And I'm doing 2 sets for that. So 1 set of 8 to 10 and then a back off set of 10 to 15 reps. First 2 exercises for chest and back, 3 sets, and then my other exercises, compound exercises, are 2 sets. After that, I'll move into the lateral raise variation, where I get a really good stretch across the body and then a really good contraction like that. And that'll be 3 sets of around 10 to 15, or just going to failure. After that, I'll move into some arms. Arms are a strong point of my physique, so I don't focus on them too much in this workout. 2 sets each for straight bar push downs, and then also for cable bicep curls, and then 1 set of anywhere from 8 to 12 reps and then I'll do a back off kind of drop set. So I'll back off the weight, do higher reps, around 10 to 15, and then also do a drop set, so lower the weight again and go to failure. And that's arms for that workout. Not too much volume in that workout. As I said before, they're a strong point of my physique, so I'm really trying to focus on bringing up my chest and back, and then also really make shoulders a strong point. After that, I'll just do 3 sets of cable ab crunches, and that is that workout finished. So yeah, that is my split. It's completely tailored to my weaknesses and what I need to bring up, and also doubling down on my strengths while also focusing on my certain division, which is men's physique. If it was classic physique, or I decide to go to classic physique in the future, I'll probably run a upper lower rest, upper lower split, something along those lines where I'm hitting upper body twice a week and lower body twice a week as well. But for now, I think men's physique will be the division I'll be going forward in, as I do love the division a lot and what it includes and entails and the look of it. So I think I'll go forth men's physique going forward, but that could always change, who knows. That is my full breakdown of my training split, and this was kind of just a nice chill sit down video giving a prep update and then also talking about my split. I hope this gave you some good insight, maybe some ideas how you want to structure your workout. But the main thing I want to say, and the main takeaway I want you to take from this video, is tailor your workouts to you, not anybody else, and what your strengths are, what you want to bring up, what you're trying to create with your physique, what your goal is. And that's the most important thing. But more importantly, the most important thing actually is creating a workout routine, a training split that you can sustain, that you enjoy, that you can adhere to, and it'll work out in the long term. Because at the end of the day, you're the one working out and nobody else is doing it for you, so you have to enjoy it and it has to be sustainable. But that is the video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Next week will probably be just a day in the life, 3 weeks out or something like that on the weekend. Give an update on how I'm feeling, just some kind of honest, raw update on how I'm feeling 3 weeks out for my first ever bodybuilding show. As always, guys, keep chasing your dreams. I believe in you. I'll see you in the next video.